Boolean logic and operators. By now, we've seen we can do maths in Python and how variables and expressions work. We're now going to introduce the idea of Boolean logic. Boolean logic is a little bit more specific to computer science, so it may or may not seem quite as familiar. This doesn't mean it's complicated. It can actually be put very simply. A Boolean can be one of two things, true or false. No numbers or in-betweens, no maybes. This is binary logic. A Boolean expression is structured in much the same way as a maths expression, only while a maths expression is ultimately evaluated down to a number, a Boolean expression is evaluated to being either true or false. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. The first thing to note here is the equals operator. We've already been using the equals sign for variable assignment, but that's not what we're doing here. Notice how we're using a double equals sign, just like how we use a double asterisk to mean powers instead of multiplication. The meaning of the equals sign is different when it's doubled up like this. The double equals sign is the equality operator, which will evaluate to true if the statement on the left is equal to the value of the statement on the right. All of this has been the long and technically correct way of explaining what was probably intuitively obvious from the first place. 1 plus 1 is 2, so this first statement is true. 5 is not the same as 2 plus 2, that's 4. So this statement is false. But it was worth taking the time to explain this carefully, because not all Boolean expressions are that simple. Let's take a look at another example. This time we have an expression on both sides rather than a definite value. We also have a variable x, but it works the exact same way. Remembering that x is 3, 2 to the power of x is 8, and x plus 4 is 7. So what we're really asking is, does 8 equal 7? 8 and 7 are different numbers, so this expression is false. Once we've understood the basics of Boolean logic that we've already talked about, introducing some more operators should not seem too intimidating. We're going to look at 5, although at least 2 of them are just slightly different versions of each other. They're as follows. This is inequality, which will give you a true statement if x does not equal y. This is less than. This statement will be true so long as x is less than y. This is the less than or equal to operator. This is similar to the above, only it will also give you true if x equals y. Lastly, we have the greater than and the greater than or equal to operator.